on the 16th, we're having a property tax abatement public hearing for Ryan Properties. So now, Kenny, if you want to say any more, you can.
I don't have a lot to say. Obviously, we're looking at roughly 60,000 square foot building. We're trying to optimize the site so that any future growth, we could do that. I think, both us and the city are trying to keep any road extension to a minimum to keep costs down. We had talked about having a right of way so the city could put the street through there and accommodate any future business growth, things like that. As far as the company, roughly we're 35 people. We're looking to expand in the following year to about 50 plus. I think 50 is a fairly conservative number. Some of that, is limited on the room we have currently. As far as any other questions people have, I guess we'll just wait for the rest of the meeting.
Okay. Dick, you want to bring it on?
Yeah, maybe I can give the council overview of this project. So we have at least a couple of them. Is everybody here? Is Jason not here?
Yeah, I just got to get in here. I don't know how.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you. You can hear me then, Jason.
I got to find the camera here. I don't know how to get in on that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Down on your bottom right, there should be a camera with a line through it.
Start video, stop video.
Start video.
Yep. Stop. There you go. Stop. Start. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, we've been working for the last number of months with Kenny Ryan and the company of FabTech about moving their business to Goodhue. We decided as a policy, as a council, we wanted them to come here. And we also decided as a policy, the council, we're willing to give him some financial incentives to do so. The two things that the city agreed that the city would do is that, number one, we would offer Mr. Ryan and his brother tax increment financing, which means for a period of 9 years, basically all the property taxes that are paid by, or not all, but 95% of the property taxes paid by the facility is paid back to the developer, in this case FabTech, for eligible costs. So that's what we're going. I guess we're recommending that we do. The eligible costs were listed in the tax increment plan, which was noticed. This is a public hearing tonight in case anybody wants to talk. We also agreed that we would extend the utilities and street far enough so that he would have a usable access to his building down there. So we went about this, and I believe Mr. Kenny and his brother have entered into a purchase agreement, so they have the land site under control, what they need. So the next step in the process is that I drafted up a development agreement, which Kenny has, and he had a few questions. I think we got those all reviewed. And then to adopt the tax, or to have a public hearing, and then we can adopt the resolutions that Tammy from Northland Securities wants to adopt. So I guess the benefits that I think the city is going to get out of this is that at least after the 9-year period of time is over, then the school and the county and the city will be able to collect property taxes from this project. Right now, we're collecting very little from this land because it's obviously not farmland. In addition, as Kenny mentioned, he's going to move 35 current jobs plus another 15 jobs to the city. There are jobs both in the contract for private development agreement and the tax increment plans. Those job goals are stated. He'll have to report that to us, those job goals on a annual basis, always coming along. Kenny doesn't think he'll have any problem beating those new job goals. In addition, not everything is eligible for TIF expenses, but he's aware that basically the land acquisition cost, along with the site improvements and some other costs plus interest are eligible TIF expenses. So the plan would be that if we make the agreement or pass these resolutions tonight, what would that happen? I think Kenny intends to sign all these agreements, and then he's going to probably close on the land purchase, and then you'll have to come back at least one more time to the council for us to approve the final site plan. We also will probably take a look at construction plans, but basically we usually, I think we'll do the same thing in this case. We would just forward that on to our county inspections department, and they're the ones who would actually issue them the permit to go ahead and build. I think the timeline that Kenny was looking at was hopefully as soon as we're able to in the spring here, maybe by May 15th or whenever the ground is ready to be moved. So we've had numerous meetings. I mean, Carrie and I have been working on this for a long time. Kenny's been very responsive, as has Tammy from Northland Securities. So I think we're in a position to go ahead with this. Now, keep in mind, there's no financial risk to the city. In other words, we're not borrowing any money to fund this project. I guess the financial risk is we're going to extend the street a little bit. But the issue is that we only, Mr. Ryan and FabTech only get the money back from us if they pay their taxes. So what happens is they pay their property taxes, then we rebate them back according to the schedule that Tammy has developed. The total, I think the total, I don't have the figures right in front of me. Maybe Tammy's got those. Maybe you can go over its actual numbers, but I think the total taxable value we're probably looking at according to the plan is about $3.5 million. And so this again is a sizable project for the city. But the only risk I see, I suppose, if we pay for extending the road and the sewer line, and the project doesn't go forward, or he decides there defaults or something happens, I guess we'd have a road, but we're still going to we're going to have a right of way to go through there. That's the other thing that Mr. Ryan has agreed to give us, is a right of way to extend through the property so that we're not going to be landlocked. In other words, he's going to grant us a right of way for an access to get on the southerly part of his property. So if someone else wants to develop there, the property won't be landlocked and we'll have an access, just similar to what Ag Partners did. They gave us the right of way. We'd have to purchase the right of way from them. They gave it to us. So again, that allowed this project to go forward, because if Ag Partners would have bought that property and not allowed us right away, we'd have had to condemn it or do something, but they gave that to us as part of that deal too. So that's kind of an overview. One other thing that Carrie brought up a little bit, I know we've talked to Goodhue County about giving an access for future development, giving an access off to number 9 that would run south, probably along that current fence line, the property line that's there. We want to have it as big as possible. We were talking about 100, 100-foot right away. But I don't know what they're gonna give us, but that process is in the works, and we have to have the engineer do a little bit more work on that. As far as building the road and the sewer, we haven't, that's a project that will be less than what amount we're gonna bid. So there'll be some, we can just get quotes and have that done at the same time the work is being done on the site. If it's the same contractor, I don't know. We'll just have to see how that works out. And again, we wouldn't be doing that until the spring, when everything else is going down there. Timeline is, I think the development agreement, I think, and Kenny, maybe you can remind me, we had substantial completion of the project, I believe, of June 1st of 2022, if I remember right. So he has, now I don't think it's going to take him that long, but that's what we anticipate. When the project will be done, he has every incentive to get it done as soon as possible, because he's going to be paying money to have this project done. And the sooner it's done, and the sooner he gets a certificate of completion, then he gets his money back faster. But right now, that date, maybe Kenny, was it June 1st? I just can't remember what it was. I think it was June 1st.
So with the builder, as long as we get started in the spring, they are talking about into November
Okay.
of 2021. I'm really pushing October.
Okay.
So as long as permits aren't held up or anything like that, it'll be well before.
Yeah. So I wanted to give you that time, that's what the agreement says is June of, so in case something happens or whether, I don't know what's going to happen, hopefully not, but you don't have to have it done by that time. Then what he does then is he submits the eligible costs to us, and we have to certify that the costs are eligible, and then that's when the money would then change hands. Tammy, is that, maybe we should have Tammy tell her, Carrie, I guess that's what I had to say. If anybody got any question, and then Tammy can tell us what she thinks here too, maybe Carrie.
Yeah, Tammy, you want to say anything?
Mayor Council, Tammy Emdahl with Northland Securities. I think Dick did a comprehensive review there. The only thing that I would add and emphasize, I guess, in what he said is that this is not upfront assistance. This is promising to reimburse up to $743,000 of costs with interest solely from the tax increments that will be generated from the proposed project. So there no risk other than as Dick outlined to the city as a result of this. And there was a lot of detail that was in your packets. If there are questions, I can go into that, but otherwise I believe what Dick provided as an outline covered the facts.
Okay.
But one more thing I'd like to add, Carrie, just so, because we have a couple of potential projects going on. This is a commercial development tax increment district. That's in comparison with the senior living project. They're same, but they're different. It can only, maybe I should tell you, this can only go on for 9 years. With the other facility, that's a tax abatement project that we're looking at. They're somewhat similar, but they're not the same, and they have different requirements and different timelines. So that's why that one, if we ever get to that point and we have a final deal there, that'll be different. We'll have Tammy explain the differences. And basically the difference is that all the top property taxes are going to be paid back to Kenny for 9 years versus the residential one we're doing for, or proposed to be doing for the senior living project. Only the city's portion is being used, not the county and the school. Go on. I'm sorry, Tammy, I say something wrong there?
Yeah, just so Kenny doesn't think, it's not all of the real estate taxes. With tax increment financing, the city has the ability to capture the local property taxes, city, county, school district. You are not able to capture the commercial property tax. That's a significant amount that the property pays to the state that is not captured, as well as school referendum taxes. So there's about $40,000 a year of property taxes that cannot be captured for the
Okay,
purposes.
I'm sorry, I misspoke on that.
No, that's fine. Just want to make sure Kenny understands that, because sometimes I know companies that are concerned that they're not getting a full rebate.
What, just, I don't know if anyone can actually answer this tonight, but if that money goes towards the referendum, is that just pay off the referendum early, or is it lower the amount that is due every year?
So your payment will have no impact on that. And referendum taxes are different than like the city tax. And you probably understand this, that it's calculated off of your taxable market value. So as long as that referendum is in place and that rate, you'll continue to pay those taxes. That percentage changes from year to year depending on growth in the school's tax-based area. So to that extent that your development provides new tax base, so to a very small degree, that referendum tax rate might decline a little bit for everyone within the boundaries of the school district.
Okay.
Anybody else want to say anything? Okay. Then, first one I want to do is resolution 2102. Resolution approving establishment of tax increment financing, district number 5 within the development district number 1, and the adoption of a tax increment financing plan relating to herethrough. So can I get a motion? I gotta see people here, I can't.
Mayor, may I make a comment before the motion just related to that?
Sure.
That this was noticed as a business subsidy hearing too. So for the record, that it was properly noticed as a business subsidy hearing because the amount of assistance is over the $250 by state law. So just for Lori's sake, for matter of the record, this was properly noticed in advance of the city considering these resolutions.
Thank you. So could I get a motion on the resolution? Terry, you're muted.
I'll make the motion, Carrie.
Terry made the motion. Do I got a second?
I second.
Patrice seconds. All in favor? Jason?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Wayne? You're muted.
Aye.
Okay, Patrice?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Then we got to go into a second resolution. Resolution 2021-03 is a resolution authorizing an interfund loan for an advance in certain costs of the connection with the tax increment financing, Economic Development District number 5.
Harry, you better have Tammy explain how that covers us.
That's what I was going to just ask
Okay.
Tam if she wants to explain that.
Mayor, Council, so the passing of this resolution is really to preserve the city's ability to use tax increment to reimburse for any administrative costs that you may incur. So you're not upfronting the funds to that amount. The state auditor's office requires, pursuant to state law, that in order to reimburse yourself for admin costs, a city has to pass this resolution before you incur those costs. So it's just ensuring that in the future, should you have the need to use this authority, that it is in fact in place and available to you.
Is there any questions on that before we get started? If not, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion that we pass resolution 2021, was it, -03?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Jason seconds. Wayne makes the motion. All in favor? Jason?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Patrice?
Aye.
The motion is carried. What do we gotta do next, Dick? That should be it.
Well, I think we probably should have the final piece of the puzzle is I provided a contract for the development. That just requires him to do all the stuff he says he's gonna do. He has to build a building. He has to put up produce the jobs. He has to buy the land, etc. So we should probably have a resolution approving that or approving that too.
Okay. Do I got a motion for what Dick just said?
What are you gonna call that resolution, Dick?
It's the resolution adopting the contract for private development. Kenny, you reviewed that and you're okay with all those terms, correct?
Correct,
And it outlines what the deal is again, correct?
correct.
Okay. So that's the development, it's basically the development agreement.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution of the contractor.
development agreement.
Yep, the development agreement.
Do I got a second?
I'll
I
second. Patrice got it.
Terry made a motion, Patrice got the second. All in favor, Jason? You're muted, Jace.
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Patrice?
Aye.
Motion is carried. What's next on there?
Well, I don't think there's anything that I mean, we have, I think, Tammy, we have to sign all this stuff and then file with the county or something, don't we, at some point in time, I think. Is that right, Tammy?
There is a request for certification of the district that will need to occur before June 30th of this year. But because the council passed the resolution tonight, the district is established. So you can enter into that contract that you just approved for signature, and the developer can begin to incur costs that will be eligible for reimbursement. So other than me gathering the signed resolution from Lori, there is nothing further action by the council related to the TIF.
Okay, so and then what'll happen then for the council, so we'll get I assume, Kenny, when you get your final site plan done and I don't know how your building plans are coming done. I assume the council, if we don't have a regular meeting, we might have to have a special meeting to approve those plans because we have to approve those plans before they go to the county. Isn't that right, Carrie?
Yes.
So I think the council's pretty committed to do this in a timely manner for Kenny. So I guess we're waiting on you next. Okay. Is there anything else you need from us, Kenny, at this time?
I don't believe so. When I talked to the site plan engineer, I would say it's going to be tomorrow or the next day that I will have that final site plan. There will be a little more work with the site plan because of the water, getting the permits from the state and for the water ponds, things like that. But the overall plan will be done in the next day or two. By the end of the week, I know we're looking at a little bit of planning with any storm sewer, things like that, to get the water to the ponds. So I would say within a week, we'll have everything, and within a day or two, we'll have the actual site plan.
Well, maybe we could put this on the agenda for the next meeting as far as approving the site plan. So we know what that is, if that's okay with the mayor.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna mention that.
Okay, and then,
Because we got a meeting a week from Wednesday, and we could have it on there if you got it ready for us, Kenny.
and then, you know, the other thing is I just don't want there to be any delay with the county folks with respect to the plans. The quicker that we can tell those guys what you're doing, and then the quicker that they're gonna be able to review those plans and get them so that you can, you know, get your permit to build. The other thing, Carrie, do we have to contact the state when we extend our storm sewer there? Do we have to have our engineer get a permit for
Yeah,
that?
our engineer will go through the Minnesota Pollution Control.
To get those extension permits?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Okay.
just hopefully they'll be back for them, but they do have to get that anytime we do a street digging or anything, so.
And we should probably get our natural gas people on board too and say, because this is all gonna take, you know, spring is gonna be here quicker than we think. Get those people on board too, Carrie, and get it all ready to go. So when we're digging, we're there. So,
I've already got the gas board on.
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody has been up to date it so far, so.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't have anything else. Thank you.
Okay, does anybody have anything else on this? The only thing we can talk about tonight, so. If not, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Wayne made a motion.
I'll second.
Jason second. All in favor, Jason?
Aye.
Terry?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Patrice?
Aye.
Motion is carried. We are officially adjourned. Thank you very much for the time you guys took out of your day to do this. And thank you, Kenny, for bringing this to us. And thanks, Tammy, for having everything done for us.
One quick question. So you were talking about a week from Wednesday?
Week from tomorrow, yep.
Okay, so we're talking the 23rd?
Get my calendar.
24th.
Yeah, the 24th, Kenny.
24th, okay.
At 5 PM now.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I will.
Everybody has to go to church then too, right? No matter what their creed, you got to go to church.
Oh, man.
I will send that information out as soon as I get it so that everyone can have time to look at it too.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. I just want to thank everybody again for taking time, so we are officially gone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.